Hello everybody, and welcome to another issue of Fireflyer. Over the next couple of months we're going to be doing some work on letting everyone know what Afac does for CFA and a little bit about Afac. They've done quite a bit over the years, and I think it's important that everyone knows where they fit into the emergency services environment. You'll all know Naomi Brown, or most of you will know Naomi Brown, who was the Director of Community Safety with the CFA before she took over the job as CEO of Afac. And I'll hand over to her now to give you a slight background on Afac, and also during this presentation we'll be talking about those things which are of mutual benefit.
Thanks, Neil. Look, I'm really convinced after being at Afac now for about 14 months that if it didn't exist we would have to invent it. Life has changed and is continuing to change within the fire and emergency service sector. And the days of people being self-contained within their own agency, or in fact even within their own state, has really well and truly gone. The whole industry is facing and will continue to face a number of issues that really force us to work together at a national, regional and increasingly an international level. And Afac is the tool by which we can do that. Afac has 29 members. It's made up of all of the fire and emergency service agencies within Australia and New Zealand. Its purpose is to really strengthen all of the work that's done through collaboration, through sharing and through innovation. Some of the things that everyone does together: work on national standards for training, work on purchasing collaboratively to save money and for efficiencies, particularly on national positions that we use in order to, say, drive education programs. And I guess a really good example of that is Stay and Defend, or Go Early, which CFA was the author and really inventor of. That has now become a national position.
In Afac's life, a number of things have occurred which have really changed the face of fire service. One of the items that was on our agenda many years ago was a National Research Institute. Afac was the group that brought the CRC together, and over the last 5 years the Cooperative Research Centre has been situated in the Afac office, but has put together a large amount of research which has helped CFA. Things like volunteerism, things in the community safety area, aircraft firefighting. All of these things, all this research work is being done through the Bushfire CRC, and you'll see quite a bit of that coming up on our webpage. There are also a number of issues that have helped us set the future for the academic side of fire services. The elder statesmen of the research areas were getting to the stage of retirement. We now have 38 new doctoral students learning about fire, and they're going to be our future. Naomi, you're on the board of the CRC. What are some of the things challenging that at the moment?
The biggest challenge at the moment is that we've got to the point where the researchers, after 5 years into a 7-year program, are coming to the end of their research, and so they're producing now new knowledge, new information that has to be taken up by the users. For a few years we've been sitting and waiting and I think not realising how much new knowledge is going to come into our industry. So we're working at the moment, and in fact we've got Noreen Krusel from CFA is working with the CRC in order to have a really organised process whereby new pieces of research can be brought in, understood, taken up where necessary. Not all of it will be applicable to everybody, but it needs to be, thoroughly digested, and then where necessary, policies change, training changes, and a new way of doing things will emerge out of the work.
Just finalising this brief introduction to Afac, just think about what it's been doing over the years. Everything from supplying helicopters, training competencies for volunteers and career staff, so all of those people out there are working on the Afac competencies, looking at collaborative buying, looking at ways in which volunteers can be compensated through the Commonwealth Government, looking at continual community safety programs and consistency across the state, and AFAC isn't just one group of people sitting in at East Melbourne. It's a collection of all of the fire services and a collection of a large number of people within CFA that work on the committees that try and get this national policy together, which flows down to the grassroots of our organisation.